morning, Space Cadets. Today we're going to have a look at the updates coming in version 1.7.2. These functions are the new job sheet function, the sales price override, the minimum maximum stock levels, and the bulk purchase order system, which has been overhauled to include automatic ordering, and just a few other little updates here and there. So let's get started. Installing the update is easy. You'll have been sent the link to download the zip file. All we do is open up that, and then if you right click the icon for your system and then go to open file location, and then once that's opened, we simply take the file from the zip file and drop it across and just replace that file. Once that's done, we just simply launch the system. If you get the security warning, just simply click enable. Then you'll be prompted to install the update. Just simply click yes to this. And unfortunately with version 1.7.2 there is one manual adjustment, but we'll do that for you when we install the update for you. I will show you though what the site modification is. It's simply because Microsoft have removed a command from the coding system. So if we just click OK to that, and the system will start up, but we'll just exit straight away, and I'll show you the slight modification we need to make to the back end. To find the back end, if you're just using it on a single terminal, just same again, going to open file location, but this time you want to open the file starting with DB. And once that launches, you're simply going down to products, table products, right clicking and going to design view. And then these two entries here where we've got yes and no for the sales outer enabled and unit enabled. We just need to make a slight modification to them, as I said, because Microsoft have removed the command. And to do that, we just simply come in here. If we maximise that, we can see it a bit more clearly. From the drop down, and we're changing that to checkbox. And we're doing the exact same here. You can just double click and it will go down and cycle through to checkbox. And that's the only modification, but don't worry, we'll handle that for you during the update. Then we're simply going to save and exit and close that. And then start the system as normal, and we'll go through the updates. So here we go. Once we're at the login screen, we will swipe our ID card to log on. And then if this is the first time that you're launching it since the update, you'll be given the release notes. Just simply press close to that. You can always read it as well, just to see what the updates are in more detail. Before we get started on going into the actual elements of the updates, there has been some modifications to the switchboard. Just a few things have been rearranged to tidy up, and also there is now a link to online help. If you just tap that, it will start a web browser up for you, and this will take you to my website where you can view the release notes for each of the updates and access to these videos and more that will be coming shortly. We'll also say as well, if you are visiting my website, take a look at our brand new Minecraft series. We're now up to episode 3, so there's only a couple of episodes for you to catch up on. The first update is the customer job sheets. Now these are sheets that you can get the customer to sign if you're getting them if you're doing work for them. Mainly just to cover you for insurance, and also gives the customer a summary of what you're going to do for them, but all depending on the nature of your business as to whether or not this update will affect you. But to find it, simply go to customer sales and then go to the customer order and history. So we will select our test customer, which is Aperture Science, and you'll notice there's 3 extra controls over here for job sheet by order, client, or just a blank one. To operate, simply choose your customer. Choose the order in question. We'll just choose this one here, and then go to job sheet order, and you'll see a job sheet is generated for that customer, and it has a summary of all the things that you're going to do for them. These are the notes that you put in when you create the order. On the actual product lines, these are compiled into a list here, as well as anything that you put in the primary note field as well. There are customizable elements as well. You see where we have in my case, device type, make and model, username and password. So if you're repairing a computer, this is information that you might gather from a customer, and has a space at the bottom where the customer can sign it, and areas where you can update notes on the customer as the job proceeds. But we'll have a quick look at the customization in a moment. We'll just have a look at the different variants first. So if we close that, that was the by order, which will have all of this detail and this detail here. If we go to by client, this just produces a blank one technically, but has the customer's details filled in for us already. And the final blank one is just a completely blank one that you could write out with a brand new customer perhaps, or walk in, somebody that's come into your store, and you can just take the details off them. But if we close that for a moment, we'll go back to our main screen and we'll go to options. And once this is loaded, simply come down to the bottom where you've got job sheet. There is customizable sections, the disclaimer at the bottom, the terms as well, and the headings as well. So we'll just change that to something else. So there we'll put favourite cheese in, we'll go up to save that. Actually we'll just drop that menu as well. We'll just go back to our order here and we'll click on anyone, it doesn't matter there. And then you'll see that option there has been changed to favourite cheese, if that was a question that you wanted to ask your customer. So the options, as I said, for 4 sections there, you can see you've got details 1, 2, 3 and 4, and that goes 1, 2, 3 and 4. And as well, we've also got in the summary section at the top there is also the details of the order, so you can just scan that barcode to find it later as well, if you wanted to make any changes, or when it comes to filling the order and invoicing the customer, just so you can pull their details up really quickly. So the next part of our update is the sales price override. At the moment, there are 2 ways of generating prices, either by percentage, based on what margin you wish to make, or by having a fixed price that you might have negotiated with that customer or set of customers. The sales price override allows us to set a price that everybody that receives percentage prices will receive, regardless of discount or margin levels. And that will only be overridden if that customer group has a fixed price. So let's do a quick look at that. First go to Price Manager, and you'll see that this page has been rearranged and some of the other things have been taken out that weren't relevant to this section. But if we go to Product Sale Override, and here you'll see the new screen, and we should note as well that these prices that you input here exclude VAT. If you're not sure what value to put in, you can always just type it in here. So if you wanted to go out at £10 and the VAT rate is 20, you put in that case, you put £8.33 in, and then everyone will get charged for the VAT, which would bring that out to £10, unless you just want something to go out at £10 and people's without having the VAT and they would pay that. But we've got a few ways to search for a product as well to change it. We can scan the barcode if we have it handy, or you can just simply type it in. We're going to go with our magic beans. So there we go. So we have our magic beans here. We're going to, first of all, we're going to create an order and see what the current selling price comes out as. So actually, we'll open up a few of these panels. Let's see, product cost. So if we look for our magic beans, so we'll see at the moment it's 20 kilogram sack and it's £45 a sack is what we're paying for it. So there we go. For this demonstration, we're going to have 1 each and 1 outer just for simplicity. So if we press calculate prices, and that's what we get there for our selling price for those customers. So next we'll go back now to sale price override, and let's see, so we've got that there as 40. I tell you what, just to make it straight numbers, let's have that going to go out with a fixed price of £100 and the unit as £50, just for the sake of ease. So we're going to have here, how much do we say, £50 for the unit and £100 for the outer. And you see also there's an enable button next to that as well. So it's not just a case of just putting in the number, you also have to enable it. So we'll just enable one of them. So if we go back here and we'll go to recalculate prices, we'll be flagged that we're going to override them, but we're fine with that. And then you see only the unit price changed to 50. And if we go back here and we enable the outers and refresh again, and there you go, you see that receives that there. Next we're going to go to our fixed prices just to show you that it doesn't get any of the prices mixed up. So this customer, which price group were they in? I think they were in the, yes, 2018. So we'll go to fixed prices, we will select 2018 and we will make an entry for magic beans. There we go, and let's say we want to, I don't know, let's see this one is £60 and that is 110, just so we can see easily enough where they are. So magic beans there, £60 for the unit and 110 for the outer. Then we go back to our screen here, recalculate the price. Yes, we want to override them, and you see those update there automatically. If we disable the fixed price on there and refresh that again, you see the price comes down to our override price. Or if we take that off entirely, go back here, override it again, and we get our prices here. And of course you can always re-enable the fixed price. So there we go. So that's the sales price override system there. It just gives you an extra option to be able to charge the prices that you want for everybody. Next up is the MidMax Manager, which is for the new updated automatic stock purchase system that we're coming to in a few minutes. But just for now, for the MidMax Manager, we want to go to Stock Control and Purchase Order, and then Stock MidMax Manager. And this screen, just similar to the previous one, you can scan for a product by barcode, or you can search for it. Once you've found a product, you simply set the minimum or maximum stock levels that you want to maintain. So let's just put in some test figures for you. So the minimum level would be the threshold for when you wish to reorder, and the maximum, of course, is the maximum level of stock that you wish to carry. So it's that little margin in the middle that you want to keep ordering. If it's something that you already want to order, say on a per order basis, of course leave them as zeros. Or if you always want to maintain say like 10 in stock, you would just simply have both of them as 10, say. But we'll fill this up with a little bit of test data that we'll be able to use when we do the bulk purchase order in a moment there. We'll just keep it so we can see them all together. We'll just use all these Amazon products here. So next we're going to have a look at the updated bulk purchase order system. Now it's on the main screen and also under the purchase order screen, so let's just click on that and load it. Normally when you load this up, this will appear completely blank just because we have some test data in there. So first thing we want to do is go to Start Order, and that'll ask us, do we want to override anything that we've previously put in, which we do. So the form loads just as normal there. It's flagged at the top there, the 4 items that we have on customer orders. And for those ones as well, it's also put in the last supplier that we bought them from. So in this case, because we're just using Echo products, we're just going to have Amazon is where we get those from. Also, another note as well there, if you have an Amazon Echo, don't forget to activate one of our skills. We have tips on computing, photography, quote of the day, and just general science news as well, which is updated daily. But moving back to the system, if you click on each product, it will tell you a summary of the orders that have been placed. So that's the count of how many of those are going out on that day. And then clicking on that day will then give you the actual orders that are going out to which actual customer. So we'll click on a few of these. And you can see the orders being summarized and broken down there. But next, based on the minimum maximum levels that we set up in the previous section, we now have the auto order system. This takes into account stock. Unfortunately for our stock, we don't have any because it's just a testing system. But this will also highlight as well. You'll be able to see the figures as they generate. So if we just click on auto order, and same again, I'll say, do you want to clear any data, because everything that you may have typed will get reset here. So there we go. So based on the orders that are required and the minimum maximum order levels, these figures here have been generated for how many we need to actually place the orders for. This also takes into account purchase orders which haven't arrived, and also any customer orders as well will also be taken into account against the minimum maximum levels, so that once you place this order, you'll be restored, and these orders go out, that is, as well, you'll be restored back to your maximum level for that particular item. But rather than making dozens of different test cases, it'll be far easier just to simply show you in Excel the differences. So if we just bring that up here, let's see, what have we got here? So for whichever item this is, we've currently got 5 in stock. We have a minimum threshold of 5, a maximum of 10, and customer orders of 6. So based on the stock that we currently have, which is 5, we technically would just need 1 more to fulfill that order, but that would take us down, say, to -1. So we would need 11 in order to, 1, get that 1 customer that we need in addition to our stock, and the additional 10 to bring us back to our maximum levels. If there was already a purchase order which hasn't been checked in, say there was 4 that you'd ordered the day before but haven't arrived, you'll see there that in order to complete the orders and to keep us at our maximum level, it would then order 7. And this is performed on every single line on here as well there, based on your orders and the future orders. If it was a product that was only ordered when you need it, of course you can just pop 0 in there. And because we've got none in stock, we've got 6 ordered, but we've already got 4 ordered, so we just need to top up with 2 more to fulfill that current order. So once you're happy with your order here, as I said, it flags which ones are actually required at the top here. Anything that's that hasn't got a customer order but has stock might be below the level, that will also be brought up as well, and you'll be highlighted and flagged for that to order as well to bring you back up to your max level. You can change the suppliers as well. Originally it was just the numbers, but we've changed this now to the names. So let's say you just click in here, change that for the different supplier. Once you tap refresh, this will change here and you will be able to see the summary of how much you're spending with each supplier with the total spend for this bulk purchase order session. Once you're happy with your order, you can change these values as well, of course, to anything that you wish to. You can change the cost prices as well, of course, to anything else that if prices have fluctuated, say. And once you're happy with that, you just simply click to create orders and clear. And this will generate these orders. So what have we got here? We've got one for Hobbycraft and one for Amazon. So let's click on that and press yes that we wish to generate it. And that will reset the folder blank, which will be normally how you would come into this form. So if we close that and we go to stock control and purchase orders, and if we go to purchase orders, and it was for Hobbycraft, wasn't it? So that has generated the order, and there you can see all the details in there. So there you go. So that was the bulk purchase order system update. If you have any questions on that, don't hesitate to ask. And if there's anything else that you'd like in addition to that, or any other ways of processing it that you'd prefer, just let me know and we'll see if we can integrate any updates into the future update. Just a couple of miscellaneous updates now. First off, if we go to the options screen, you'll see that there's an extra option in here to update stock, the cost price on purchase orders. This will, if you have a price that fluctuates a lot, you may wish to disable this, especially if you're doing things like with fresh fruit. If your products are just pretty much always the same cost price, then you'll just be happy with just importing the prices every time you do a purchase order, but that gives you the option to turn that off there. Also, if you experience any sort of issues with any of the system, was previously on the Price Manager, the sync and repair button has now been transferred to the options screen, which is a better place for it. Next, under reports, there's a new section called Legacy. So I've had a request for an old query to be brought forward so you can use it there. So this is just based on invoice data. You just simply choose your date range, tap refresh, and you can get some of the summary of those sales in there. But that's just legacy information. It's not part of the core system. And as well, we've already got the online help switch there. Just tap that and that'll take you to the to my website where you'll be able to watch this video and more. There's been a couple of slight adjustments to some of the menus just to accommodate some of the new systems, mainly on the purchase order system, which has had its reports just compressed a little bit, and some of the reports that really were for stock, which were connected on the price management screen, have simply been transferred through to this section here. So that's stock control and purchase orders, and then you want purchasing reports and analysis. You've still got your standard stock reports as well there for you to use, but we had to make room for the MidMax Manager as well. So there we go. I hope you found that useful. The update will be rolling out shortly, so don't forget to rate, comment, favourite and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.